Good morning, everyone. Howdy, howdy. Sandra Waldrop here. You are watching Kingdom Acres Homemaking and Homestead, and this is my early morning segment on Craft Round the Clock. I hope you all are having a fantastic Thursday morning. My goodness. Is anybody feeling like the year is just like flying by? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. It'll be here before we know it. But right now we are going to relish the moment, right? It is summertime. We just had Memorial Day. We have 4th of July and Labor Day still to come. And so we are just going to relish our moment in the Americana primitive decor. So today we are going to be working on a little different no-sew garland, okay? No-sew, that doesn't mean no skill, right? Because crafting is skill, but we're also going to be taking a look at some crochet. I'm going to show you how to make some super cool things with some crochet pieces, and that's what we're going to be doing. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is well. I know that it is early. You're probably laying there with one eye open thinking, who is that? I don't ever see that lady on so early in the morning. 'Tis I am actually usually up at 4 o'clock in the morning on the days that my husband works, because I make his food for the day and get him out the door. I have not always done that, but I'm actually enjoying serving him in this new way to, you know, keep him healthy and just be his helpmeet in all the different things. So I'm really actually liking that. But yes, I've been up since 4 o'clock and working on things, looking at things. If y'all were with me, I don't even remember when I talked about this, but if y'all have been watching me over the past 3 or 4 months, y'all would have seen this pack of crochet hooks that I got from Dollar Tree. At first I was thinking that they don't have any sizes on them, but they actually do. This one right here that I've been using this morning is a 5.0 millimeter. And now I really get what my grandma used to say. Like, my grandma was a big crocheter. She taught herself how to, this was before YouTube, okay? She taught herself how to make all sorts of crochet things. She taught herself how to knit just from using books and just good old perseverance and figuring it out. Do not underestimate your ability to just figure things out, okay? You do not always need a YouTube video, but if you do need a YouTube video, please visit my YouTube channel and I can show you some things also. But anyways, my grandma used to tell me that she preferred in this order, because you can get crochet hooks in metal, wood, or plastic, and that's the order she preferred them. She preferred metal over wood, wood over plastic. Plastic was at the bottom of the totem pole, but it gets the job done. If you are like, you know what, I would really like to crochet, but I don't want to spend hardly any money. They have yarn and they have crochet hooks at Dollar Tree. A whole pack for $1.50. It comes with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hooks for $1.50. That's insanely inexpensive. Okay, so if you are interested, head on down to the Dollar Tree, the $1.50 tree, the $1.50 and up tree, and get yourself a pack of crochet hooks. Because even though they're not the best, you don't get the smoothest glide with them, they'll get the job done. It's not a huge investment. And once you're like, I think I could do that. Then as it becomes available in your budget in this economy, as it becomes available in your budget, then you invest in the better crochet hooks. And it doesn't matter how many crochet hooks you have, you can always use more. And that's why I bought these, because I saw them, and I have metal hooks, and I don't have any wooden hooks. I don't even know where to get wooden hooks anymore, but she used to have them. And I think I have had a wooden hook or two in the past, but like, heaven knows what happened to them. In 2017, we lost pretty much our entire house full of things that we had spent, you know, the prior, oh gosh, how long had I been married in 2017? Got married? Okay. That would have been 14 years of marriage at that time. All that stuff went to the road because we flooded. So anyways, that being said, I don't know if they went out with that, or maybe they're still in a box somewhere. I don't know. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled viewing. If you're coming on and watching, send me a hello, say what's up, tell me what you have planned today. Let me know what's going on. Sometimes I don't see comments though, so if that's going to be the case today, I wouldn't put it past Mr. Facebook. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to show you. Okay, before I show you, I'll show you what I'm going to show you. Okay, so we're going to do some crochet stars. As you can tell, this is my favorite color, the maroon burgundy-ish color. So instead of doing straight red, white, and blue, we're doing primitive Americana, which means more of the brown tones in with the red, white, and blue. So we have our maroon, we have our navy, and then we have our creamy white, which I have already started playing with some grunge to see how that's gonna look on there, kind of give it a little bit of an oldie look. I've been around, I've been there, I've done that, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make a star with our creamy white. Again, this is coming from my yarn stock stash box. Heaven knows. Oh look, I've got a million things stuck to it. That's nice. I don't know what brand it is, but you go to the Walmart, you go to the Hobby Lobby, you go to not the Joann's, maybe the Michaels, and find yourself some colors you like. Because stars not only work for Americana, patriotic, they work for Christmas. I have some beautiful crocheted stars that we use for Christmas tree decorations. I used more like the thread as opposed to the acrylic yarn, acrylic yarn. I used like the cotton thread type, and used a smaller crochet hook, and it just turned out so delicate and beautiful for my tree. So when I pull my Christmas stuff back down, I'll have to show you then. I don't have them now because I'm not going up into my attic at 4 o'clock in the morning to be rummaging while people are trying to sleep. But yes, I did these stars for y'all just this morning. It took me just a few minutes to put those together. So I'm gonna get to showing you. Okay, first thing I do a slip knot, and I just take my finger between 3, okay, wrap it around, and then I take this and shove it through to where I have a little doodad, and then pull. That's all you do. That's all you do. Good morning to everyone. You know what? I'm not seeing any comments right now. So if you're here, please send me a comment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a single stitch. I'm gonna see if I can bring you in a little bit closer. I might be able to. Oh, there's my face. My goodness, hello. Hello. All right, let me start that over so y'all can see. Okay. I don't know how far we're gonna get in this garland making business, but we shall see, because I also want to do a granny square, but we'll see what we do. Okay, so that was the slip stitch. Again, around my fingers, through, and pull. That's it. Okay, and then I have this long tail here, and you'll see what we do with that. Okay. Some people hold their string weird like this. I can't do that. I know that's not weird, but it's just different for me, so it's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then we're just going to do a slip stitch here and pull it through to connect and make a circle. Okay, so we've got a circle right there. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to start with some double crochet stitches. Okay, so, and it's going to be through that center hole there. See that center hole? We're not going into the stitches, but we're going in just into the center hole. My little crochet wreath, if you will. Okay, so you wrap, go through, and grab, and then you should have 3 little things on your crochet hook, and then pull through 2, 1, and then pull through the last 2. 2. Okay, so that gives you 1 double crochet. Okay, so we're gonna do that 14 times all the way around. So again, wrap, through, pull, and then pull through 2, pull through 2. That's 2. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you'll see, this tail has been coming around with me, and when I go through that hole, I'm just like making sure to keep that tail in so that it's getting kind of woven through. So that was 12. Oop, 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 oop. Hold on. 12, 13, and 14. And the way you make this to where it is not so wonky, it's all in your tension. And I control my tension by doing this little wrappy thing. And then I can pull tight. I hold it here and pull tight here with that finger. So, okay, I'm gonna skip that little chain 3 that I did, and I'm gonna go directly above that double crochet where there's a little hole there, and I'm just gonna slip stitch it through right there. And then I'll take that tail and kind of tighten it up so that it doesn't have such a big center. I'm just not gonna see any comments today, I guess. Oh no. Let me see if I can like do the slidey thing, because I feel like maybe swipe to the left to reveal comments and actions. Okay. Sorry for shaking y'all. Good morning, Miss Lori. Yay, it worked. Crocheting a baby Afghan for your first great-grandchild now. Okay, so that was another thing I was gonna say. Stars and moons and things, you know, those are so perfect for baby blankets. So this would be a fun little project, even to do like some swag for a baby room, you know, some garlands and things. Good morning. Oh, good. I'm so glad that I'm seeing y'all now. Yay! It worked. Okay, so we've got our circle. Y'all are seeing it from behind, but this is how it'll look in front. That's way prettier than the back. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You're like, oh my gosh, that looks horrible. Well, no, it doesn't actually. It doesn't actually. In the front, it looks pretty. Okay, so after you get your circle, now we're gonna go to doing our points, okay? Now, you could, if you did not want to do a star and you wanted to do a cat, you could just do like 2 of the points and then you'd have ears and you can make a little face. You could just stitch a little face right on there. Wouldn't that be cute? That would also be cute for a baby blanket. All kinds of ideas. Okay, so after you get your circle of 14 connected, then you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you should just have a long tail like that coming off. You're going to go back into this in progression. Okay, so there's actually like 4 stitches that goes into this. You chain 5 and then you're going to skip the one that you just went into and go back into this one, the second one, we'll say, and pull through to where you have 2 and then pull through those, and that is called a single stitch. Okay, then in the next hole you're going to do a half double stitch. So you do the wrap, go in, pull through, just like you'll have the 3, but instead of pulling through and then pulling through, you'll just pull through all 3 at once, and that's called a half double stitch. Okay, so you did a single stitch, a half double stitch. Now to make it even bigger, we're gonna do a double stitch in the next one. So pull through, you should have your 3, then pull through and pull through. Now we're gonna do something called a treble stitch for our last little spot on our triangle cone thing. So you're gonna wrap twice. Some people call it a triple stitch, triple or treble, same thing. Okay, then you're gonna go into that last hole, pull through, and you should have 4 here. Okay, then you're gonna pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. See that? So you did that 3 times, that makes it a triple. Then you're gonna count over 3 spots on your circle. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna go through there and do our slip stitch. And now it could be an ice cream cone. Look at that. You could make little ice cream cones. I used to have, so my mom crocheted us all like door hangers on for our bedroom doors when I was a kid, and mine said my name, Sandra, or did it say Sylvia? Oh gosh, now I can't remember. Anyways, mine was balloons, and so she just did the deal, and then but she did like a little kind of like this where it had the little flare out at the bottom of the balloon for the tie, and then she just made strings coming off, and then she did my letters on each balloon and tied them together and hung it on my door, and I just thought that was so sweet. Okay, so we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then we're gonna go back into that not the first, we're gonna skip one, go back into the second and do our single. Then we're gonna do the triple, or not the triple, the half double. Okay, it's a half double. And then we do the double. So pull through, and then the triple or treble. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3 into that third hole. Oh, we're not doing a single stitch, we're doing a slip stitch. So if you wanted it to be a cat or a dog, I think that that would be adorable. A cat, a dog, a bunny, a bear, whatever you want. It could be, I don't know about a bear, it's kind of big for a bear, but you can make them smaller if you want it to be a bear. Okay. We can do a little bear face, a little bear family face, and put the kid's name on it. I think that would be adorable. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Back into that second one, pull through. Oh, that's a single stitch. Y'all, I was doing this while like in the dark this morning, okay? So if I can do this in the dark, y'all can do this in the day. I should be able to do this in the day. We'll see how this turns out. Ah! We'll see how it turns out. So pull through 1. Oh gosh, see, it just doesn't glide as well as a metal hook. And if you're just gonna buy the one metal hook, that's great. But if you're just starting out, I just think everybody gets to a point where they just use one size hook. This is the one size hook I usually use, and that's just like what fits best in my hand. I know that there are like people who are like more serious and probably better than I am, and they probably change out their hooks to match their yarn, and they're so very specific about what they're doing. That is not I. I do it like this. I just pick a random yarn, get my one that I like, and that's it. You just get your favorite. I'm not seeing comments again, y'all. It's gonna mess with me. We're having one of those days. Someone tell Mark to get back in his lane. Okay, back. So here is 1, and then our half double, and then our double, our actual double, and then our treble. Okay, and you're just gonna do 5 points, so stay with me. I only have 1 more point to do, and then we'll be done with our star. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 into, is that right? No. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. If you don't space them right, one of them might look like a hand sticking out, waving at you, which, I mean, if you're wanting active stars, then great. But if not, here it's looking with 4. You could do like a half sun coming up over the mountain. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Once you get these techniques, you could do anything. You do anything. Sorry, I can't count in my head while I talk because I lose count. If you've ever been a person doing inventory, you probably know what I mean. Or counting money or doing anything like that. The fact that I only have to do 1 of each stitch really helps me a lot, because then I can talk through those. What? Oh gosh, really? Okay. Yeah, this plastic does kind of 1, 2, 3, and we land right here next to our last one. So those 14 doubles to make your circle, they matter. They do matter. Okay, now I'm just going to pull through that one that slip stitch. I'm going to cut, pull that up, and there she is. And you can put them on a little doodad to help shape, but there's your little star. Isn't that the cutest? I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so now that we've got that, let me move my little cup of stuff here. I don't even know if we're gonna have time to get to my other things. Okay, this is what I do. I overplan. Okay, y'all just stick with me. Let me see if I can do the slide, do the cha-cha slide over here with my comments and see what happens. Yay, Glenda! You usually use a G needle. Okay, very good. Aw, Kimmery's on. Hey, good morning, Kimmery. Hi, Irma. Oh, good morning, your friend Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Aletta. Wonderful friends here today. I'm so excited to be with y'all. Okay, now we're just gonna make a little granny square. How do I do a granny square? Okay, let me think of my brain right quick. It's been a it's been a couple weeks since I've been crocheting, so now I've cleared out cobwebs and put in new things, and I've only got like 20 minutes left. Let's hurry. Okay, so I don't know if I should do this. Maybe I should move on. I do have, you know what, I'll put out a little reel where we do some granny squares, because I'm not going to get to do nothing. I'm not going to get to do nothing with y'all if I do that, because that's going to take me a little bit to go around and around and around. So let me just zoom on out. Oh, it's a whole new world. Just kidding. Okay. So a while back, I told y'all about Dollar Tree and how they have their 2-pack of doilies, and they come out pretty white like this. That's how they sell them, looking all new and white and stuff, and that's not me. So we coffee grunged this morning. It's still a little on the damp side. Okay, there's that. But you definitely, you're gonna want it dry for this, so I'm probably gonna put the dryer on it here in a second again. But this is, I just coffee grunged it, kind of squeezed it out, and then let it be. I think I did rinse just a little bit. Now on these are a little harder to coffee grunge, okay? The things that you get at Dollar Tree are a very synthetic material that's pretty much plastic bag you're working with. But the way you can get it to stain, what I did was I went ahead and wet it, and I coffee grunged it, and I squeezed it out, and then it all just like went down the drain. And it was still the same color that it had been. And I did it again, and it was pretty much the same thing. Didn't do much. So while it was damp, I went ahead and took some of my Dollar Tree coffee. You know what? Dollar Tree should just sponsor me. Kind of just kidding. And so while it was damp, I just took my coffee, my instant coffee, and I sprinkled it on, okay? You don't want it to be super duper wet, just slightly damp, and then I sprinkled it on to give it that stained, grungy look. In person, it's a lot more noticeable than I think that it's actually giving on camera, but I put it on there, and then I just like worked it in, okay? And that's all you have to do. You can see even like, or I can see, I don't know if y'all can see, but like there's, you can see this little spot here where I have just like a hardened piece, a hardened granule. It's fine. It's not gonna make a difference, but I really wanted the white squares to be. And I'm gonna do the cha-cha slide again. Let's see. Sorry guys. What is happening? All right, slide once, slide back, scroll up, and we'll see what people, aw, thank you, Irma. Okay, so let's just give this a little bit more. Yes, Joe Helen. I'm like, if I'm counting, y'all can't count too. Like, go count by yourself somewhere else, please. Can't be doing it. Hello, sweet Diane. Hello. How are you? Okay. It just needed a little bit more of that drying time. I did take a dryer to it earlier, and I was sitting here thinking that I would really like some like burnt spots on it, and then I was like, I really think this is just gonna melt or it'll just start on fire. So maybe not. Maybe not. Oh gosh. Yep, I guess Mr. FB has put me on the list of no comments. I just have to slide and slide and slide. We're doing the cha-cha slide today. That's fine. I like to do the cha-cha slide. To the left. Take it back now, yo. My kids love the cha-cha slide too. We are some dancing people. We love to dance. Do y'all like to dance? Of course, I'm asking y'all. I'm like, nobody can hear me or nobody can see me. I'm glad y'all can at least hear me. I can't see your comments. Hi, sweet Liz. Oh, thanks. Thank y'all for the sprinkles. All right. So I've got this and I would like to do several of these. So I'm going to have to go get more, but let's see how we're going to do it. Cause I'm going to have to cut it to make, I want to do little bunting, circles. Okay, so we've got this as our big circle. Okay, let's see here. I've got my bowl over here. And I'm just gonna dry it out. This is what I was using to stain things a little bit ago. And I had a little bit of residue in here and it was drying. And as it was drying, I just like to kind of get some of that grunginess on my star. So if you are wanting to do that, that is always a good option to just use up the last little bit of that. Okay, but I want to use this bowl to make another circle for this. But before I do, let me go ahead and start heating up my tool, because I will forget if I don't do it right this second. Let's see here. One of these days I'm gonna find that extension cord that I had. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I'll just go buy another one. I really need one. And tomorrow, do y'all know what's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow is Fun Friday. Whoop, whoop. And I am on in the evening. Okay, so be sure and catch me. We're doing hens and eggs and things, okay? You never know. I might not even know yet what I'm doing. Just kidding. I just have so many ideas. So many ideas, okay? Maybe I'll do a poll. Oh, that would be fun to do a poll. Okay. Let's see. I can do some of my quilt. That would be cool to do some quilt on there, or I can do some of my star fabric, my kind of primitive star fabric. I also have this, which I don't know, I don't really want that on top of there. Not with the lace. I'll do that like on a different, on one of my other, because I'm gonna do bunting and I'm gonna do different sequency stuff. So I could do this. I think this looks gorgeous with the lace. So let's see. But I do love my Yeehaw Meemaw quilt fabric, scrap fabric. Let me turn this over so that I can draw on it, and then we'll be able to cut it into a circle. I'm gonna make sure that even if I cut off some of this to where it's not actually the full circle, it'll be fine, because I'm bending this over, right? So it'll flap over a bit anyways. So it doesn't actually have to be pretty in the back. And just use this little washable Crayola marker. I feel like that's a viable option if you don't have fabric markers. Get yourself some of the Crayolas. And yeah, I'm fixing to order me some fabric scissors. Oh no, I have it too far over on the white, I think. So I have it all the way up there. Actually, I think I might still be okay. I'm still okay. It's fine. So I'm just gonna cut. Cut that circle, cut that circle. And I am not going to hem this at all. I'm actually going to distress it with, apparently not my, I wanted to use my sanding block, which I didn't bring out here. Where could it be? I usually have it in here. Maybe it's shoved down in the dilly whopper. But I might have stuck it in with my paint bucket. Because when I'm cleaning up, y'all, I just kind of like grab and throw just to get it off of my dining room table. This room has the best light. My sunroom has really low ceilings. And it makes me feel a little like, no, I don't want to say claustrophobic because I ain't claiming that. That ain't my portion. Okay? But it makes me not feel very good. I don't like being in there feeling like I'm a castaway. I'm just kidding. So I'm so dramatic this morning. But we can go around this with our fingers a little bit just to rough it up. Rough it up. Ooh, there we go. Yeah. Pull off some of those threads. So I want it to be weathered, like old glory. Oh, say, can you see your comments? I see names. I see names. Oh, yay, Joe Helen. What is that emoji you put? Oh, the dancing. Yes. You love to line dance. Oh my gosh, we love to line dance. Okay. And the kids think I'm absolutely hilarious when we do Copperhead Road. Okay. Look at, okay. I love what this did. It kind of ruffled it by doing that with my fingernail. I ruffled it. Look at how that ruffled. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. Okay. I like that. Copperhead Road. You know how they like do it kind of in 3 sections? They do like the regular and then they speed it up a bit and then they speed it up a lot a bit. Well, at those, you know, when they're about to like crank it up and really get going, I'm like, yeah! And, you know, like really get people going. And the kids they just laugh and laugh. And sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? All right, look at how that's looking on there. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it so much. So what you could do, I wouldn't do the blue on there. You could just do a star right on top. Right? You could do a star on top of that, just like hot glue it on there. Or you can make little dangly stars coming off. And if you did dangly stars on a baby garland, that's gonna be adorable. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, so cute. Anyways, or you could do the white. But if you're trying to do the red, white, and blue, or the reddish, whitish, and bluish, then, okay. Normally these tails and stuff, I take a large like upholstery needle or, you know, one of the thicker needles, and I just weave it through whatever's sticking out. But I mean, if you're gonna hot glue these on or whatever, then that's not a big deal. You just hot glue it down with the rest. I'm just trying to figure out how it looks best on here. But I'm thinking the red for sure. That way you have the red, the white, and the blue all on one. And it just doesn't get, any more Mima than crochet. Except for maybe knitting. I don't know. Maybe. All right, what we got? 7 minutes. All right. I just want to make sure that, and this is what I will use. I'll just use the Dollar Tree Jew. Again, Dollar Tree, call me, okay? I've got all the Dollar Tree stuff today. But y'all, this is where I shop because, hey, we're balling on a budget, okay? We're balling on a budget. So I'm just gonna stick this up under here, right on that crease, just to make sure. I'm not gonna glue down the twine because, let me turn you all a little bit. Let me just turn you down just a smidge. I've got my my tripod in kind of a weird situation there. While I'm here, let me just do the cha-cha slide. Okay. And so you have a wedding bouquet to start working on. Less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness gracious. That's stressful. Okay, so don't glue down your twine. You're just gonna make a conduit for it, okay? So you're just gonna glue down the rest of this. Try not to glue yourself to your garland. Oh my garland. Have any of y'all seen that Christmas movie, Noel? We watched it just the other day because yes, we do watch Christmas movies here at the Waldrop house year round, but especially when it's 10,000 degrees outside because we long for the cold. Okay, so you see here, this, I can slide it in and out, through and through. Okay, and now we're glued to the table. It's fine, nobody panic. We will continue to be glued to the table because of the stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on here and I'm gonna do my best to very slightly glue it down to where it doesn't glue down our twine because of the holes in our, what's it called? In our doily, the holy doily. It's a religious doily. I come from a time where when people wore their holy jeans or whatever, people would be like, you got on your Sunday britches because they're holy. It's funny to me. I don't know. I know I'm a nerd, okay? I know it and I like it. All right, and I'm just gonna keep going with that. Now, if you want this to be more put together, you are very welcome to whip out your sewing machine and do that on here. This would be perfect as a sewn project, but we are doing the hot glue today. We are doing the hot glue, but I signed my girls up. I worked out a thing with one of the ag extension agents at our local office, okay? And you can do this too, okay? See a need, fill a need, okay? This wonderful woman, she is the one over like healthy living and fashion and crafting and all that stuff in our local office, okay? So you might find her at like WIC type stuff, you know, she might make an appearance over there and kind of help with like the healthy living stuff or whatever. Well, I talked to her and she is putting on a sewing series for our homeschool kids this summer. So like all through July, once a week, we're going to be going and doing these classes. And if you have a sewing machine, great, bring it. If not, no problem. They've got extras. And so this summer, my kids are going to be learning how to sew better than I do. And I'm going to be sitting there watching and learning. I'm going to clean. Okay. I think I'll put this down a bit. Not quite at the top. Oh gosh, yes. I love that so much. All right. I just want to make sure that the point is at the top. Pointing towards the top so it actually looks like a star when I hang it, right? So it'll, yeah, and not look all crazy wackadoo. I've got 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go for that granny square because I wouldn't have been able to share the beauty of this. Normally, with these, I would absolutely sew them on, and I probably will go back and tack at least the corners, because I really like to make sure my crocheted stuff is on good. And I just love the ruffled look. By kind of stretching the fabric and pulling on it with my nail, it just makes it look so good. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Y'all, if you do this with the doilies from Dollar Tree, please tag me. Tag me and let me know. I'm going to do some with this fabric. I think I'm going to have to go buy more. I can't remember. I think I got this at Walmart. I get it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I'm going and looking for more today because I want to do a bunch of these, and I'll be using this fabric and this fabric for sure. Okay. I may use some of my granny quilt stuff, but I think that this looks so stinking cute. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with me today. Sorry if I was a bit much and dramatic first thing in the morning for your early morning ears. I love y'all so much. And go back into Craft Around the Clock. Refresh your page. The next presenter should be up in just a few moments. Actually, they should be on right now. Tell them I sent you. And y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope to see you tomorrow for Fun Friday. All right, y'all take care, and thank you for making a homemade home with me today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.